throughout my life, I've kind of gone up and down from a weight perspective. And I think most people do. So I've been able to, lose weight and do things. However, before I met Tracy, I was trying to do the same things and it just wasn't working. So obviously the frustration was there as far as, oh, well, might as well just continue to eat this bag of chips because it doesn't matter if I'm going to go work out or not, due to my, as we get older, our metabolism definitely drops quite a bit. And I just needed a fresh approach on how to look at what I was doing. And so Tracy kind of listened to all of the challenges that I was going through, and she'd ask very engaging questions as far as, so why are you doing this or why are you doing that? And just trying to get a good feel for my state, not just my physical state, but my mental and emotional state, because I think it's all really tied together. She then came up with a great protocol, and to believe it or not, she goes, have you ever tried intermittent fasting? I said, no, I've never tried it. And she goes, based upon where you are and things you've tried in the past, let's try that for a week. Let's try it for 2 weeks. And, through the process, she was very engaging, and literally it was just a shift of focus for me, and the intermittent fasting plan worked. So literally I started to drop weight fairly quickly, and it was just like an aha moment. So one of the funny things is my wife was also kind of on this journey. She was working out at a health fitness center and whatnot, and she was busting her butt, working out a couple times a week and eating right. And even at that time, I had just decided I'm just going to go with the intermittent fasting and not even try to do anything from an exercise perspective. I maybe walk a little bit, but I was just dropping weight incredibly quickly. And she got mad at me because she's over there. She's like, oh my God, I'm doing all this stuff and you're doing nothing, but you're losing all this weight. And so it was a great opportunity for me to also introduce my wife to Tracy. And now my wife is went down the same path that I did as far as working with Tracy, as far as the protocol and everything. And she went down the intermittent fasting part, and she's down, 40, 45 pounds from where she was. And so I can absolutely say this, without meeting Tracy, both myself and my wife would still be on this other path. And, effectively she's changed her course of life. And I've been very appreciative of that. The way that she kind of works with you through different questions and things like that, you actually come up with the answer yourself. So it's one of those things where you're not being told what to do, you're being guided, and you come up with the answer yourself. And so it's much easier to adapt or change your focus because in essence, you're the one who came up with the idea in the first place. Tracy's there as a guide to kind of help you get from point A to point B. And definitely, I know everybody is not the same, but she is great as far as being able to take what is your perceived challenge and help you through that and work with each person individually and give them the individual attention that everybody needs. So it's not a one size fits all across the board. The way that I started out with Tracy was basically from a physical perspective. I wanted to lose some weight. And as I started to lose weight, I started to recognize that there were other facets of my life that weren't, and I don't know what the right word is, but I'm going to use aligned. I'm going to use aligned as the right word. They weren't aligned with kind of the general path and vision. What I love about working with Tracy in the beginning was she makes you put together an I am vision statement, which is I am this, I am that, I am this. And it really touches all of the various aspects of oneself, whether it's mental, emotional, or physical. And going through that program and that process, Tracy can make it really easy and really simple. Or if you want to dive deep and start talking about the various parts of the brain and, the lizard brain and this part of the brain and why certain things happen, she's got the depth to do that as well. So as I've been working with Tracy, I found that things are just starting to become easier, whether it's how I engage with my son or my wife or external events that happen, whether it's elections or politics or COVID or whatever. I've been able to kind of form this barrier around myself a little bit and kind of identify and be present in the moment. Am I going to allow this person to make me upset? Or when I turn on the news, there's some things that are going on that I don't agree with. What am I going to do about it? I can either get upset about it, or I can go, you know what, things are going to work out. So honestly, I think that without being within Tracy's program, I would have been down that path before of a spiraling quasi angry person as I went through life. I'd obviously be much heavier from a physical perspective, and I just wouldn't feel like I am being present in the moment. So looking back at my experience with Tracy, it's been a phenomenal journey, and I'm still working with her, and I plan to continue to work with her throughout. God, I don't know, because there's never a time that you've learned everything. So I'm very grateful to have met her and have her continue to kind of ping me and be persistent and engage with me. So I really do appreciate her.